quick. Which one is correct if I want to make this the plural form? Childs or children? Well, we know that is children. How about mouses or mice? The correct answer is mice. So these are irregular plural noun, but we're gonna back up a bit and first start with our regular plural noun. Now, most words, when you have to write the plural form, you just need to add an S. So for example, if I have book, I just add an S and it's books, sorry. If I have camera, I just add an S, cameras. Now, words that end in a consonant and then Y will often change to where you have to drop the Y and add ES. But it's not all words that end in a Y. So for example, one boy, many boys, and you just add an S. So with these words, if it's a consonant Y, we change the Y to an I and add ES. So think of words like baby, babies, which is spelled B-A-B-Y-E-S. All right, we also have other words that follow a pattern, such as box. We just add an ES in this case. So when it ends in an X, we add an ES. Fox, foxes. And there are SH words that follow this pattern, such as dish, become dishes. So, and then there are other words. And then we get to the trickier ones. So some of the trickier ones. So if we have the word shelf, we don't just add an S. We don't even add an ES. It becomes shelves. So we drop the F and VES, and we add VES. Elf, and we add VES. Now it doesn't work with everything. So if we have roof, we don't change it to roofs. That's not correct. We just add an S. So with a lot of these nouns, we are going to have to memorize those spelling patterns and the rules for these nouns. And then we can go with the one I started with. So that one is definitely going to be based on your memory. So we started with child. It's not childs, it's children. Mouse is mice. We have man, men. So here we just changed the middle vowel. So a lot of these, the spelling changes, so you're going to have to memorize these. Oh, here's another one. Ox, oxen. And then there are some that don't change their spelling at all. So 1 sheep, 10 sheep. Fish, 1 fish, 10 fish. Now the only exception with fish is if you're talking about like more in a scientific point of view, if you're talking about different species, you can say there are variety of species of fishes in the ocean. You know, something like that would be an exception. But there are some nouns where the spelling stays the same. So to recap, most nouns, you will just add an S, or maybe you might have to add an ES if it ends in an X, a CH, an SH. So you'll be adding ES for those. Or if it ends in a Y, you change the Y to an I and you also add ES if it's a consonant Y. And then there's the irregular ones that you are just going to have to learn and practice and memorize and read. Reading is a good way to learn new rules because you'll see that a lot in books as you read. And those patterns or the spelling will become very natural and normal to you. So I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you next time. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.